I mean, it does, but I don't get to see it. But my score did drop. Son of a bitch, because of that one fucking person. Went from a 96 to a fucking 84.
Yeah, because...
And our highest is the 88.
What's up, Beckham Jr.? Wait, he's on the Browns in this game? I thought he was on the Giants. Guess not.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see the runner-up and Rookie of the Year balloting Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns as they match up with the second-year man Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Randy Cotton and Charles Davis.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
In the air in the NFL season.
Okay, I thought so, but what corner was that? Because I put it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield on first down, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing to do now, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes.
And he's going to go down again. Matt Judon, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Returning it is Moore. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now, and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Here's Snead. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11.
Again. This is the third fucking time.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep.
That daisy chick, the one that fucking got all that shit out of
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, it wasn't so much that looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Got a man's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield looks to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. To throw, Mayfield. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. Now Jackson on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. Nice big gain there from Marquise Brown, first-round pick out of Oklahoma. Of course, his cousin knows a thing or two about big catches in the NFL. That's Antonio Brown. And now Hollywood hoping to carry on the family tradition of solid production at the wide receiver position. This pass into the arms of Snead. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Two chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Chris Moore, his first touchdown on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Mayfield nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Touchback.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says,
he's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Snead's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try, and time has run out on this first half. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll wind up incomplete.
Injury timeout.
Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
My player's been injured.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jackson. And this one's complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, Snead figures to be an important veteran presence for Lamar Jackson. 2 years ago, it was a disappointing 2017 for Snead. That was in New Orleans, but then had a bit of a bounce-back campaign a season ago in his first go-around with Baltimore. 62 catches, 650 yards. Did have surgery in the offseason on his left index finger, but back to full health and ready to go. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of... Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2000.
Broken ribs will not be able to return for this game. Ooh, ouch. Owie. No, broken ribs.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Mayfield now. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Here's Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Here's Jackson. And it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first NFL reception, goes for 6 as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. I'm being facetious here, but you get points.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting. And they'll take
Another touchdown.
the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The stop was made by Jannard Avery. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it. And you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what? They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Good, he gave me the touchdown. Yo, what up, Raven?
Get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
He's good.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. They're all through up in Detroit. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way.
What's TD, Ravens 8?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
I'll try to get the next touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, be honest, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
But now a
Get a
throw
tough time
on
because
first down there, but it's
game's almost
incomplete.
over.
Line of scrimmage again to 37
Yeah,
as
8
they
seconds to
line
go
up
in the game.
2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One last shot from Mayfield here. And that will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that, you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Baltimore, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next.
So if you guys, I'm gonna end my stream here. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Hit the little bell to turn on notifications. I'll see you guys next video. Till then, peace out.